Hi everyone, welcome to your weekend recorded Pilates class. So today the aim is to have a good stretch out. I try not to make it too hard today, although we might do a little bit of ab work, a little bit of work around the hips, and a little bit of upper body. So we'll go through the whole body today, but hopefully not too strenuous. I'll put in a couple of harder variations for those who want to. But there'll be easier variations as well. Equipment wise today, I've got the ring, but it's only to stretch my legs out, so you can use a band or a towel. I've got the 3 different size head cushions. I'm not sure how many of them we use yet. Let's see where we get to. So if you start with your feet gently together, turn your toes out and then bring your heels out. And as ever, just let your toes spread out onto the floor. See if you can feel your big toe, second, third, fourth, and little toe, and see if you can just gently separate them and let them relax onto the floor. And then from here, you're going to tilt your pelvis backwards and forwards 2 or 3 times, and then come back and find the middle position. And then coming up to the shoulders, we're going to go wide through your collarbones and then tall through the back of your head. So from here, just the sense that your elbows are going heavy and dropping away from your shoulders, and your fingers and wrists are going heavy and dropping away from your elbows. And then we come back to your feet, and we're going to turn outwards, lifting the big toes. And then roll inwards, lifting the outer border of your feet. Just 2 or 3 times. A few ankle clicks going on. And then just come back to the middle position where the big toe is gently on the ground. You've got a slight arch. And the weight's even between the big toe, little toe and heel, and even between left and right side. So from here, we've got the long line all the way up from your heels, coming up through the top of your head. We're going to maintain that line. Imagine you've got a book balanced on your head, and we're going to press your hands backwards to the middle, glide your shoulders up and down. Press back to the middle, glide up and down. So let's work on some arm stretches to start off with. Stretching through the chest as the arms come back. Gliding the shoulders up and then let them drop away from the ears. And we're going to do 2 more. 1 and 2. Okay, from here you're going to roll the shoulders backwards, big circle, and then stretch your fingertips away. I'm going to look at my palms today, rather than my palm going away from me. Slight roll down, so we're just rolling down to the top of the shoulder blades, chin gently coming down towards the chest. Breathe in at the bottom, and then breathe out to lift up, scooping up. At the top, I'm going to stay looking forward, and my shoulders down away from my ears, and my ribs controlled on this one. And then circle around, so let's repeat. So roll the shoulders backwards, gently rolling down, chin towards your chest. Breathe in at the bottom. And then breathe out to scoop forward, control the ribs, stretching up. And hold. Breathe in to hold, breathe out, circle around. Let's do 2 more. So just waking up through the upper back, waking up through the neck. Breathing in at the bottom. Breathing out to scoop up, control the ribs. At the top here, let's just do one where you let your fingertips stretch all the way up. So the shoulders come up around the ears, and then gently let the shoulders glide down away from the ears. Circle round, and the last one. So circle backwards, chin down towards your chest. Breathing in at the bottom. Breathe out to scoop up, control the ribs. This time just letting the shoulders relax down away from your ears, So just check the ribs are controlled, not flaring up, so we just gently soften them down. Circle around, excellent, give your arms a shake. So from here we're going to soften your knees and then just bring them back up. So knees are, as we soften them, they're going over the second or third toe. From the side angle, you're staying dead straight, as if your head, bum, heels are against the wall, and you're just gently sliding down. So just softening the knees, and then we're going to take your left hand, and we're going to reach side bend, reaching the hand up the body, and then at the top here, we're going to relax your shoulders, left palm faced away, and you're going to turn to look towards your middle finger. On your right hand, just let the right arm go floppy with that right shoulder dropping away from your ear. Then we're going to look down and away, gently stretching through the neck, circle across 3 times. 2, 3, back up and out. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's switch sides. So side bend, pause at the top. Just see how the spine's feeling, so see how the shoulders are feeling. So shoulders away from your ears, palms facing away. You're looking up towards your middle finger. And then we look down towards the opposite arm. Circle across 3 times. 2, 3. Back up and out. 1, 2, 3. And we do the same to the other side. So side bend. Get my words up. Shoulders down away from your ears. Look down and away. Circle across, back up and out, and one more to the other side. So pause, shoulders down away from your ears, look down and away, circle across, and back up and out. Okay, and then coming back up to the middle. Again, just give your arms a shake. Okay, so coming down towards the lower limbs, the legs, we're going to soften the knees, floating the arms forward, so into our little plie, but knees straight forward, toes are straight forward, and then press back up. On the way back up, just squeeze through your bum, squeeze through your thigh muscles, and then soften again. So soften and straighten. Soften and straighten. Off we go. Okay, now on the next one, we're going to start adding in some small heel lifts. So we're going to lift your left heel, press down, lift the right heel, press down, left, right. Did I get that correct? Left, that's right. Go again. So left and right. Brain struggling with the lefts and rights today. Okay, one more either side. And then we switch it to left, right, and then both. Pause, press back. Left, right, both. So onto your toes, press back. Left, right, both. Pause, left, right, both. Pause, hold it there. So if you can hold there, your heels should be off the floor. If you find that too challenging, gently put the heels back. But if you're staying on your toes, good work. So you're keeping it really straight behind you. And then we're going to go for 5 arm lifts. So 1 and down, 2 and down, 3 and down, 4 and down, 5 and down. Come back up, give those ankles a stretch and a circle. Good work. And then we're going to go into our side stretch. So feet pretty wide on this one, toes pointed out, hips facing forwards. And first couple of movements, let's just go into our squat here. So it's a bit of a sumo squat, this one. We don't lean forward, your bum doesn't go backwards, we just go straight down. Imagine you've got a stick behind your back, touching your head, touching your bum, touching your heels, and we just slide down and then squeeze up. So if your knees are fine, then you can start to go a little bit lower. If your knees are creaky, just soften them and straighten them. Don't worry how low you go. Okay, then we're going to add in the arms. So next squat, we go out, we come over, we reach and circle. Okay, so out, over, reach and circle. Coming back up. Just check your heels. This one here, check that heel is firmly on the ground. Over, check your heel there is firmly on the ground. Now next few, let's just see if we can make them as smooth as possible. So we're flowing into the movement. It's one continuous movement through the whole body, from your feet all the way through the hips, up through the top of your head and through your shoulders as you're moving. We're going to do one more to either side. I think it's that way. I've got confused now. I've relaxed too much into this one. Can't remember which way I went. And come back up tall. Good. Okay. It should be loosened up a little bit now. So from here, we're going to do a bit of balance. What we're going to do, we're going to go for our running man. We're going to lift up your right leg with your left arm. So standing up tall, first of all. Bring your right arm up to match, just because it helps get your arm position a little bit better. And think of a long line from your heel on your stance leg all the way up through to the top of your head. Then we're going to bring back your right arm. And then we're slowly going to switch. So arm and leg back. And we're going to do 5 slow first of all. Number 2. 3. 4. 5, bit of a wobble. Right, now we're going to go for 10 quick ones. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try not to kick the wall behind you like I just did. 9, 10. Okay, I might move forward for my next one. Yeah, just risk assess your area first of all. I'm going to step forward. I know you won't see my feet. So hands up. We're going to bring your left knee up. I'm going to bring your left hand back. And we'll do 5 super slow. Okay, you've got book balanced on your head on this one. We're keeping up really tall. 3, 4, 5. Okay, ready? You're going to do 10 quick ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and come back down. Good. Okay. So from here, let's go for a calf stretch actually, and then we will go into our roll down. So right leg back, back foot straight, feet are on train tracks. Left heel presses away. Think of a long line from your heel all the way up through to the top of your head. If your shoulders are okay, we'll add in an arm reach as well. Front knee slightly bent, so we're leaning through the front leg, and then side bend away. So think of a long line from your middle finger all the way, sweeping down your side to the back heel. Try and let the toes of the feet just gently soften into the floor, and then coming back up to the middle before we change sides. Okay, so back heel pressed away. Just going to straighten my back foot a little bit more. You might want to check your back foot, is it dead straight? As we know that left to its own devices, often it comes out to here. So just really straighten up, and then we lean away Relax the shoulders away from your ears, straighten through your elbows, head framed by your arms on this one. And then slowly come out with a stretch, back up to face the front. Good. Okay, so you can face whichever way you want. I'm going to face this way, you can see me from the side as we come into the roll downs. So Velcro back against the wall as ever, shoulders away from your ears. You're going to breathe in to prepare, and as you breathe out, slowly taking your chin down towards your chest. And work our way down through the spine, one level at a time, to where you're comfortable today. You can do your arm circles, little arm circles one direction. And reverse them. Slowly scoop your pelvis back underneath you. Restack the vertebrae up one level at a time. The top of the movement, if your shoulders are okay, we'll go palms outwards. And we bring the palms backwards. Control the ribs a little bit, then see if you can lift up through the breastbone. So we're not just going to arch back through the lower back, you're going to control the ribs a little and try and move that area between the shoulder blades. Again, check our nose hasn't nodded all the way up, so a bit of control through the nose and neck, shoulders away from the ears, straighten the elbows, think of a long line between your middle fingers. So breathing in at the top, and then on your next out breath, come back down into roll down number 2. Arm circles at the bottom. And reverse them. Breathing in at the bottom, and then on your next out breath, roll back up again. We're doing 3 roll downs today. So next arm variation, palms up, facing forwards. Control the ribs again, just see if you can extend your arms backwards behind you. Keeping your head still. Breathing in at the top, and as you breathe out, roll down number 3. So this one in your own time. So slowly bring it down, one level at a time, coming down towards where you're comfortable. You can add in your arm circles one way and the other way. Hold it as you're comfortable, and then you can slowly bring yourself down to the mat in your own time while I change my screen and grab a drink. Okay, so from there we're going to go onto the mat, and we're going to start with small, so our thin head cushion, a 1-inch head cushion. We're going to be on our backs in your rest position. Okay, so we're going to take it nice and easy and get the body really nicely stretched out and warmed up before we do anything harder. So let's get into our rest position first of all. Stretch your hands down towards your feet, and then just let your shoulders relax back so the shoulder blades are flat on the floor behind you. See if you can give the weight of your head up to the head cushion, and then we nod the nose down a fraction just to lengthen through the back of the neck, keeping soft through the jaw, soft through the front of the neck. Coming down towards the pelvis, we can tilt backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, and then find the middle position. And again, with your feet, just check big toes on the floor, the other toes are gently spreading out, and then finally we're just going to soften the ribs a little bit. And just be aware of the points of contact with the floor at the moment, so the back of your head, your shoulder blades, elbows and hands, through your hips, through your feet. And just see if you can give the weight of your body up to the floor. So see if we can just be aware if there's any tension. Breathing through the side and back of the ribs, and on the out breath, just give the weight of the body up to the floor a little more before we start. Okay, now that we're super relaxed in this position, let's go for a basic arm reach overhead first of all. So palms facing your knees, pelvis is in neutral, tiny bit of pelvic floor awareness with a relaxed upper tummy, and we're just going to stretch your hands back over your head, nose is staying still, ribs are staying controlled, so soften the ribs towards the pelvis, and then come back up. So breathe in to prepare, breathe out, arms overhead, breathe in to come back up. And repeat. So exhale, arms overhead. Inhale to come back up. Breathing out, arms overhead. Breathing in to come back up. Okay, if you're okay on that one, on the next one we're going to do an arm circle. So you're going to breathe out and then breathe in to scoop round, finishing above your chest. So exhale, inhale. So it's a slow, almost pull back, and then a slightly quicker circle. Exhale, inhale. One more. Exhale, inhale. Okay, let's place the hands down for a second, and if you want to put them on your bony bits for a bit of feedback, feel free. Otherwise down by your side and nice and fluffy. So we're just going to go for a simple leg stretch. Probably your most basic Pilates movement. Keeping the pelvis neutral, just check at the bottom that you're not arching off so your lower back's not arching as you reach the leg away. Keeping it neutral, a tiny bit of pelvic floor. And we just use this one to relax the legs. Front of the hips super soft. And just to check that your feet are on their own train tracks. Check they're not going too wide or too narrow as we go for the leg sides. Okay, then if you're happy with that one, we're going to go hands up and we're going to add in the circles, but we're going to reverse the circles this time. So on your next one, hold it there. We're going to breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, we're going to stretch the hands down, send the right leg away. And then as the leg comes back up, we're circling back up above your shoulders. So almost push the leg away with your hands and then bring it back up. Push the leg away and then pull it back up. So breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. Let's keep on going. Great, one more on either side. So press away, circle back, press away, circle back. Great. Let's go for arm opening. So nod your nose down and we're going to just reach the arms to the side and then come back in. So for those of you who did the workout on Wednesday, we were doing these with weighted balls. On the foam roller. Did we do those? I'm sure we did those. I think we did those. We should have done those. And when you're doing with the weighted balls, obviously you're working your chest muscles a bit more. So today we're going to have a stretch. So we're just doing the same movement, but we're doing a stretch. Trying to keep neck, jaw as relaxed and soft as possible. Okay, and then coming back up to the middle, press your hands back down. Now, if you've got a block handy, we're going to place it on the knee. So I'm in on my right knee. Not very successfully. Stay. Okay, and we're going to put your hands on the bony bits, and we're just going to open up through your left knee and then come back up. So bony bits level, just opening through the knee, coming back in, and we're rolling onto the outside of the left foot. And then as you come back in, just to the big toe contacts the ground, and then repeat. So if you're happy with your hip control, you can have your hands down by your side. So it's Friday, for me anyway. So you've got your favourite drink balanced on your tray on your knee, and we don't want to spill the drink. And then just to make it a little harder, we're going to add in the arm openings at the same time. Okay, so breathing again is breathing out and breathing in. Breathing out and breathing in. Okay, good. Come back to the middle. Now we're going to stay in this position. We're going to float your left leg into tabletop. So working the left first of all. 90 degrees hip, 90 degrees knee. Relax your hands, don't grip with your fingers, so floppy hands. And we're going to turn the knee and the foot outwards, and then coming back into the middle. So slowly coming out, slowly coming back. Okay, breathing out, breathing in. Definitely got a wobble going on my right knee here. That's why I keep going quiet because I'm focusing. Try and keep the foot the same height as the knee. So just checking after your next one. I think I'm dropping a bit, so I need to bring my knee a little bit higher and probably my foot a little higher as well. I'm going to do 3 more. If you want to, you can have your hands up for these ones. Just to be really mean, so you have to really control through your hips. 1 more. Excellent. Coming back in, place the foot down. Okay, let's change sides. So, number 1, we're just going to work on keeping the hips level, hands relaxed, and just opening through the knee, and then coming back through the middle. So relaxing into the movement. And then if you're happy there, we're going to add in the arms at the same time. So remember, you're rolling out onto the side of your right foot and just coming back just so the big toe contacts the ground. Remember to keep soft through your shoulders, through your jaw, through the front of the neck. Let's go 2 more. And then we will float the right leg this time into tabletop. Again, hands nice and relaxed on the floor. And we're going to bring that leg out as if we're opening the door. So knee and foot are moving the same amount. So I've got a bit of deja vu from our class on Wednesday. And I'm thinking we didn't do the arm openings with the weights. I think we may have had the weights down at the side, so I have to watch back my video and work that one out because that's annoyed me. And I've got a feeling we did this one, but I don't think we did because we wouldn't normally do this one on the foam roller. So I'm very confused. I've got deja vu. Okay, so nice and smooth. And then let's go for the last few, keeping your hands up. And I think it's funny on this one, you might not think you're doing much with your fingers on the floor, but if you do even the fingers very lightly compared to the fingers up here, for me anyway, it definitely feels a little bit harder when I get the fingers out of the way. Really feel lower tummy and obviously the hip and groin on the right side working that little bit harder. Last one, keep the knee high, keep the foot high. Okay, come back down. Good. Right, let's have a little stretch from there. So you can place your block down to one side, bring your knees in towards your chest, and gently take your knees from one side to the other. And then keep hold of your right knee, let your left leg stretch away. Let's repeat that left knee with the right leg away. Okay, and then my ring's too far away, just going to get my ring. Wherever you've got to stretch your legs, if you want to grab hold of that, we're going to go into a hamstring stretch. So I'm going to go right leg first. We're going to go for our leg circles in a minute. If you're okay there, stretch the other leg away. Okay, change legs. Stretching the other leg away when you're comfortable. Okay, so from here, we're going to go into our hip circles. So let's float which leg do we do first? Float the left leg into tabletop. And then we're going to do the very small circles from your knee as if the femur's coming down into your hip joint, and we're just stirring the femur in a circle around. So the circle's right over the top of your hip joint, and we're coming in and round and out. And the foot's doing the same circle, the foot's just following what the thigh is doing. Again, relaxed with your hands. And then the breathing, we're going to try and breathe in as the knee comes towards us for that half circle, and breathe out for that half a circle. So in and out. In and out. control around the hip. Okay, and then reverse the circles. If you can time the breathing, then well done. You're going to breathe in and out, in and out. Okay, good. Placing the leg down. You can just give it a little stretch out if you want a little bit of a bounce if you're getting tight through your hip flexors. And then we're going to change sides. So knee bent first of all. And we do the inward circles and then back out. Same breathing pattern. Breathe in as the knee comes towards you, out as it goes away from you. So keep the foot same height as the knee. Remember the circle is going over the top of your hip socket. And then we're going to reverse that circle. Okay, 2 more. Good work. Okay, give that leg a little stretch away and the knees bounce. And then we're going to go for our straight leg circles. So pointing up towards the ceiling. If your hamstrings are super tight, I just about get away with this one. Then, so if you struggle to keep your leg in that position, I think most of your hamstrings are better than mine, so you'll be okay. If not though, if you've seized up over Easter, then do another set with your knee bent, okay? So let's see how we go. So, small circles. So this one, imagine you've got a paintbrush on the end of your big toe, and you just draw in a circle on the ceiling. Trying to get the circle as smooth as possible. Reverse the circle. And then from there, fold your knee back in, place it back down, and then we're going to change sides. So extending out and drawing a small circle. And if, like me, you've actually got circular lights on your ceiling, actually you can just draw around the circle on the light. It makes it much easier. Okay, reverse the circle. All those deep muscles around your core and your hip working hard today. Okay, good. Come back down, give those legs a shake. Let's just do a little stretch with your feet together and let the knees open up first of all, so we're going to let gravity do the work. And let's bring our upper body in as well. So 2 options, so you can either go palms face up with your arms out in the letter T position, soften through the ribs, nod your nose down. And if your shoulders are fine, we're bringing your arms to 90 degrees and then let your wrists come back towards the floor here as well. So the aim is that your wrists are flat and your fingers are flat. Shoulders down away from your ears. You might find that the wrist sticks up a little bit, or that the fingers, you can see my fingers are curling up. So trying to keep the fingers flat. Shoulders down away from your ears. And again, this is definitely one to let gravity do the work here. So on the out breath, just be aware of your points of contact with the floor behind you. Shoulders, for me, the bits a bit stiff are shoulders, the elbows and the wrists, and just seeing if I can let those sink into the floor. Keeping the shoulders down away from my ears. Relaxing through the feet as well in this position. And then slowly coming out of that stretch. Let's go into our glute stretch. So cross the right foot over the left knee. And then you're going to hold behind your thigh with your hands. And then bring the other leg up. Okay, back down from here, change legs. Into your glute stretch if you're comfortable. And let's see what's left on our list. Okay, better do a little bit of ab work, I think. We've certainly worked the hips and the lower tummy. So we'll work on your core muscles a little bit. Let's go for we do some crunchies first. So hands down by your side, breathing into prepare, breathing out, reaching up, breathing in all the way down. Obviously, if you want your neck to be a little bit supported, fingertips by the side of your head, aiming your ribs towards your pelvis, and then coming back. So breathing out on the way up, breathing in on the way down. So we're going to go for 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Okay, good. Should go straight into obliques. We go left hand by your side, right fingertips behind your head. Breathing out to curl up. In on the way down. Going to go for 10 of these to either side. 2, 3. Next couple, just keep your jaw relaxed. Your apple between your chin and your chest. Next couple, keep the shoulder down away from your ear. And then next couple, slide the fingers towards the heel. And then really working on the diagonal movement. I think that's one for luck. I think that was 11. Okay, good. Straight over to the other side. So controlled, shoulders away from your ears. Neck control, breathe in to prepare, breathing out, curling up and across, in on the way down. Breathing out on the way up, in on the way down. I think we've got 5 left. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good work. Let's go for a little stretch. Arms back overhead, legs away. Control the ribs. And then coming back in, and then from here, we're going to do a bit more ab work. Give you a couple of variations though. So if you want to go a bit easier today, you can just go for simple leg lifts. If you just want a nice, relaxed weekend warm up, you're not feeling like working too hard, or if your back's sore, we go for these. If you're okay on that one, your next level would be just to work on your marching. So you can vary which leg you lift first. I've gone wrong there. So you can go left, right, and then the next one will be right, left, right, left. Okay, if you want to work a bit harder today, then follow me. We're going to go for toe taps. So there's a little bit of daylight between your knees and your feet, and we're just going to tap and then come back up, tap and then come back up. Just check your hands are stretched towards your toes, but they're nice and light on the floor. We've got your pelvis in neutral with a little bit of pelvic floor. Your ribs are controlled, so fairly relaxed on the upper tummy. It's going to be working a little bit, but mainly controlling through the lower tummy below your belly button. And then if you want to work a bit harder again, we go hands up. And remember, if you tap your toes quite close to your bum, it shortens the lever. So if you get too tired, then that's a variation you can do. Also, if you want to work a bit harder, you can tap your toes a little bit further away from your body. And if we turn that then into a dead bug by doing the opposite arm over your head, then we're having a workout. So we're going to count down from that being even number. What should we do? Well, let's do a couple more, and then I'll count you down from 10, okay? So again, if you want to, you can stretch the leg away for the last 10 to make things harder. So off we go, 10. These feel really heavy. 10, 9, not sure I'm going to make it. 8, 7, 6, that's what having 3 weeks off over Easter does for you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back in. So I should try not to sound so strange, should try and make it sound nice and easy. Okay, bring your knees in towards your chest. Keep hold of your right knee, let the left leg stretch away. And change sides. How long have we got left? Okay. So we're going to work on one of the exercises sitting. We're going to do the hip lift from sitting. So coming over onto your side. Now you can do this one, so just to demonstrate for those who want to get started with it, fed up with me speaking. Pushing long through the arms, shoulders down away from your ears. A little bit of daylight between your heels, and then pushing up to lift your hips up in a straight line, and then coming back down. So that's your full version. Breathe in to prepare, breathe out, push through the arms, breathe in at the top, and then breathe out to come back down. So feel free to get started on that one. Let me just remind you, for those of you who are building up to that version, or want to take a bit easier today, we've got the push through the chair. So pushing down,
I always say on this one, don't do it on the wheelchair, so hopefully it won't slide away. Lifting the hips forward and then coming back down. Again, hand position can be here, that's the textbook version, or you can go sideways or behind you, as is comfortable for those of you whose wrists struggle in the other position. So here we're pushing up through your hips, a bit like a shoulder bridge. Your shoulders, hips, knees are in a straight line, so you're controlling your core as well. Let's move that out of the way. Okay, on the floor, the intermediate version. If you've been doing the straight leg version, you're still going, well done, have a break if you need to. And we're going to have the knees bent. Again, remember, hand position can vary slightly. And then lifting up into this position. I'm sure this has a cool yoga name, but I'm not sure what it is. I'm going to have to look it up. Okay, so breathing into bear. Breathing out, lift forward. Try and get the hips nice and high. And then come back down. So no pain on any of these. If it feels too strenuous, too hard on your upper body or through your middle, stick with the chair variation. Okay, if you're still doing the straight leg version, well done to you. So lifting up and then coming back down. Breathe into control, breathe out to lift. Breathe in at the top. Breathe out to come back down. We're just going to do one more of whichever version you're doing. Breathing in, breathe out to lift up. Breathe in at the top, and then breathe out to come back down. Good. Okay, give those arms a shake. From there, you come around into sitting. If you can sit cross-legged, great. Otherwise, you can have your legs out in front of you. We're just going to go into a tricep stretch. So right hand up above your head, and then bring your hand just behind, and then stretching back. Obviously, if you're mirroring me, that would be your left hand, wouldn't it? So even here, trying to relax the shoulders, pulled into where you're comfortable. And we're going to change sides. So for me, left hand comes back, and then gently stretching back into this position. Okay, good. And then from here, we're going to go onto your hands and knees. Let's just come back into our shell stretch first of all. Slight variation today, we'll have your elbows glued together, wrists flat so they're not popping up, little fingers on the floor, and then just sitting back to where you're comfortable. Shoulders hopefully stay down away from your ears in this position. Now just check, because I know some of your elbows will have popped apart, so keep those elbows glued together, and then see if you can keep an eye on those wrists. Mine want to come up here, so I'm really trying to keep my wrists down. And this will give you a nice stretch through the middle of your back, through your shoulder blades. And chance just to slow the breathing down. Okay, from here we're going to go onto our hands and knees. Knees hip width apart, hands underneath the shoulders. So just check them in a nice straight line first of all. And then from here I'm going to take my right hand and thread it underneath my left hand. Nose is following my middle finger. And then lift up and out through my chest, lifting the arm up, and then come back through. Three more. So 1, 2, and 3. down, and they're going to repeat on the other side. Okay, nose following your middle finger. And we're going to do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Excellent work. Give your wrists a little bit of a shake. And then from there, we're going to come up in standing via the downward dog. So toes underneath you, push the heels away to where you're comfortable today. And then we just soften one knee, trying to get the other heel to come down a bit further. And then change sides. Pushing long through those arms. And gently walking your feet into where you're comfortable today. And then slowly in your own time, coming back up to face the front in your own time. Grab a drink if you need to. Okay, so just coming back into standing. And we're finished with, let's finish with a bit of rotation in standing today. So feet slightly wider than hip width apart, toes forward this time. We're going to keep loose and relaxed through the upper body. And we're not forcing this one, this is just allowing your body to relax at the end of the session. Hopefully everything feeling nicely loose and warmed up. So just going to take my right hand, so if you're mirroring me, it'll be your left hand towards your right knee. And then come back up tall at the top, almost with a little stretch through the chest. And rotate, and back up. Now each one I'm going to go a little bit lower to where I'm comfortable. So don't try and copy how far I go, just go how far your body feels right. I'm not forcing, I'm not overly reaching, I'm just letting my body move. Don't want any back pain or leg pain on this one. You certainly will be warmed up now anyway, so some of you coming down towards your ankles and your feet, which is fine. Some of you might be around your knees, which is also fine. Just go to where you're comfortable. And then we're going to start walking your hands back up your legs towards the knees. Towards the middle of the thigh, and then just turning the body, and then slowly coming back up to the middle. Good. So feet hip width apart. Let's finish with a couple of slow deep breaths in and out. On the way out, just letting any tension flow away through the head, neck, shoulders. Way down through your arms and through your fingertips, through your pelvis, through your thighs, to your knees, and then finally any tension flowing away through your feet, away through the mats and away through the floor. So leaving you hopefully not too strenuous today. There's a couple of hard moves there, but more feeling nicely stretched out, a bit more elastic. That's how I feel, a bit more elastic than an hour ago. Enjoy your weekends, and for those of you joining live, I will see you next Wednesday.